All right, let's talk about productivity, but not in the way you're used to. Today, we're going to tear down some of those old, shaky ideas and build something new, something solid, right from the ground up. Get ready to put on your hard hat because you're about to become the architect of your own efficiency.
You totally know this feeling, right? Your day is just this blur of Slack notifications, back-to-back meetings, and a to-do list that somehow magically gets longer instead of shorter. You are constantly moving, you're constantly working, but then the day ends, you lean back and you think, okay, what did I actually get done today?
And this, right here, is the big idea for today. The problem isn't that you're lazy or that you're not working hard enough. Not at all. It's that your system, your productivity architecture, might have a few cracks in the foundation. But here's the good news. You are the architect, and that means you can always change the blueprint. Okay, so before we can build anything that lasts, we have to understand the laws of our materials. You can think of these as like the laws of physics for getting things done. These are the non-negotiables. First up, we've got the Pareto principle. You've probably heard of it as the 80-20 rule. And listen, this isn't just some business school buzzword. It's a seriously powerful observation about how pretty much everything works. What it means is that a tiny, vital slice of what you do is responsible for the vast majority of your results. So when you look at it like this, you see this fundamental imbalance we're all dealing with. The whole game of being productive, really, is figuring out what's in that critical 20%, and then fiercely, fiercely, protecting the time and energy to get it done. Almost everything else, it's just noise. And here it is, our second golden rule, Parkinson's Law. This is such a deep truth about how we humans operate. If you give yourself a week to do something, it'll probably take a week. But if you give that exact same task just one day, well, you might just get it done in a day. So what this means is we can actually flip this law. We can turn it from being a problem into our secret weapon. Instead of just letting our work drift and expand, we can set shorter, tighter deadlines on purpose. It forces us to focus. It forces us to cut out the fluff. It's a strategic pressure that actually makes us way more efficient. All right, our foundation is set. We understand the principles. Now it's time to actually draft the blueprint. This is where we stop just thinking about this stuff and start actively designing a structure for our work.
So your master plan really boils down to three key things. First, you've got to plan ahead. You don't just stumble into your day, you design it with intention. Second, you prioritize ruthlessly. And how do you do that? You use that 80-20 rule to hunt down your most important tasks. And third, you get smart about what's on your plate. You delegate or outsource what you can, which frees you up for that high-impact work that only you can do.
Now look, a brilliant blueprint is totally useless if you don't have a solid crew to actually build the thing. So this next part is all about the day-to-day tactics, the execution engine that brings your entire plan to life. And on every great construction site, there's always an enemy trying to sabotage the project. For us, that enemy has a name: context switching. Every single time you jump from answering an email to writing a report to checking a chat message, you pay a little mental tax. It completely drains your energy and just shatters your focus. So what's our weapon against this enemy? It's called task batching. And the idea is actually super simple, but it is so powerful. You just group similar tasks together. So you handle all your emails in one dedicated block of time. You make all your phone calls in another. This lets your brain stay in one gear, which makes it so much easier to get into that state of deep focus or flow. Okay, let's build up our defenses. You have to defend your focus like it is your most valuable asset, because frankly, it is. And that means doing things like turning off all those non-essential notifications, creating a consistent morning routine that sets you up for success, working in focused sprints, not marathons, and, super important, taking actual breaks to recharge and avoid burning out. So, our structure is built, the crew is working hard, now let's give them some power tools. Technology doesn't have to be a distraction. If we're intentional about it, it can be an incredible accelerator for our entire productivity engine. Let's get really practical here. Think about all those mind-numbing, repetitive copy and paste tasks you do. There are automation tools for that. Use them. Or what about when you're just staring at a blank page, trying to come up with ideas? Use an AI assistant as your brainstorming partner. It's amazing for breaking through those creative blocks. So, if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's this. Peak productivity is not about chasing the latest life hack. It's about being a deliberate architect. It's about designing a system based on timeless principles and then showing up every day to maintain and improve that structure.
Which brings us to our final question. I really want you to walk away from this with one concrete action. So look at your to-do list for tomorrow. What is the one task, just one, that you can apply Parkinson's law to? Give it half the time you normally would and just see what happens. You might be absolutely amazed by the focus and efficiency you unlock.